Current balance is $16,582.
So, Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool time to Venmo me, bro.
So if you plan on leaving a lot of credit card debt and moving to Thailand, stay there.
So today we're going to be going over a topic that most of us are familiar with. Now that I've been creating content on personal finance, my For You page on TikTok has exploded with content. One debt I see a lot of is credit card debt. Now, I'm sure most of you watching right now currently have some credit card debt. With how expensive everything is getting, people are getting squeezed like never before. The issue is when some people take it too far. You get people who go into six figures of debt, and you have to ask yourself, how did you let it get this bad? And people make it worse by running to the internet to ask people to save them. Whether it's trying to generate content from your debt or straight e-begging, some people are trying to use it as their get-out-of-jail-free card. Then you'll get retail stores who are trying to push you into even more debt. Instead of just ringing up your purchase, they'll put pressure on underpaid employees to get you to sign up for one. All right, let's start out with people who have gotten way over their head with their credit card debt.
I'm 25 years old and I owe $31,000 worth of credit card debt. I am going to be on a debt payoff journey in 2026. I did the calculations and the goal is to make $85 a day.
$30,000 of credit card debt is so insane to me. Once it got past $5,000, weren't you panicking? I think part of the problem is people just see it as free money. They don't put two and two together that you're going to have to pay it all back. As much as I'd like to believe that everyone who gets into these issues is just struggling to survive, the truth is, people are just usually blowing it on stuff they don't need. They're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're trying to impress their friends and family. I've done that myself. I used to always say yes to everything I was invited out to. You go out, you have fun, you wake up with a hangover, and you dread looking at that credit card statement. Even if it's only like $100 for the entire night, that adds up fast if you're doing it all the time. Peer pressure is what's going to get you into more financial trouble than anything else. If you don't care what other people think, you'll save a bunch of money. Get the cheaper used car, not the new one. Don't agree to go on expensive vacations. Go and skip the music festival ticket that you want to put on your credit card. If you thought inflation was bad so far, we haven't seen anything yet. The economy is definitely going to get worse in 2026. I have unlimited content here because no one is coming to save us.
Credit card number 1. Current balance is $7,513. Credit card number 2 is $8,912.74. Credit card number 3. The current balance is $10,229.91. Credit card 4. The balance is $10,317.05. Credit card number 5. Current balance is $11,812.86. And I saved the best for last. Or maybe the most tragic. Credit card number 6. Current balance is $16,582.43.
I've noticed that a lot of these credit card influencers always say that they're about to aggressively pay it off. Just wait until tomorrow, we'll get to it. Kick that can down the road. I doubt that most or any of them will follow through with actually paying off their debts. It's so hard to change habits, and if your habits are letting you get into $60,000 of credit card debt, in the short term, you're cooked. Now, if you're on the path to being able to make one of these financial doom TikToks, turn around now before it's too late. Let these stories be a cautionary tale so that you don't end up like them. Having this much debt is terrifying, and not everyone wants to or is even able to declare bankruptcy. A lot of people just rough it out. Then you get your wages garnished, your bank account money stolen, a lawsuit on your front door. People will be like, oh, it's just debt, don't worry about it. But you should worry about it. It's incredibly important to have control over the money in your life. We all are going to have emergencies. And let's forget having an emergency fund for a second. What are you going to do if your credit cards are maxed and you need to buy something?
I have just shy of $40,000 in credit card debt alone. One of the most asked questions is how? I can sum it up in 3 things and say, I live in a high-cost area, I don't make a lot as a teacher, and I have some poor spending habits.
She goes on to say she was going out a lot, Ubering a lot. She was going out to brunches, going into the city, and making lots of friends. It makes sense how she racked all that up.
Do you want to know what's more cringy than making little videos on the internet? Credit card debt. Well over 5 figures of credit card debt. My husband just got paid today, and that paycheck is gone. We have maybe $20 in our account.
That just defeats the purpose of working. Who wants to be in a situation where all of your paycheck is completely gone to things you bought in the past? How are you supposed to live in a situation like that? $20 for an entire 2 weeks is simply not enough, and they know it. All that's going to do is make their debt cycle even worse, because now they're going to have to borrow money to get groceries.
So I'm almost $1 million in debt, but I guess it's kind of like girl math. So even though I'm almost $1 million in debt, I'm not actually.
Well, there you go. If you're at $999,000, it's not $1 million, so everything is okay. Don't worry, the disaster is averted, guys. She'll get out of that in no time flat. Please follow the Dave Ramsey baby steps. It's a clear path to get where you're going. Without getting too much into it, Dave Ramsey has these things called the baby steps, and these are just very small stages that help you get out of debt.
After today, I think I am done shopping at TJ Maxx. I am so sick of cashiers trying to throw the credit card down my throat. Like, I am sorry, but I do not need a store credit card for every single store that I walk into.
She brings up a good point here. Why do all these retail stores try to force you to have one of their credit cards? From a customer perspective, those are a huge waste for you. Why would I want a credit card I can only use at one store? That's just doing them a favor. It forces you to spend with them over someone else, and they make interest on it. I have a family member who has a Home Depot card, and he isn't even handy. He never does home repairs or anything like that.
So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate. So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the f***? So Jeff Bezos, this would be a really cool time to Venmo me, bro.
Come on, Jeff. She really needs a bailout here. Just Venmo it over. Also, take a look at her description. It says, Jeff Bezos, please help me, with her Venmo on there. How pathetic. She didn't even tag Amazon in the post. Put some effort in.
How are white people getting in so much credit card debt? And I mean that sincerely. Why is it always, oh, I'm trying to save up to pay off my credit card debt. Come with me as I pay off my credit card debt. Why is it always credit card debt?
Do you think this is true? I've seen people of all races have credit card debt. I don't think it's wise to make debt a race thing. All right, let's see some people who are drowning in credit card debt.
Listen, I'm tired of drowning on this debt. So if showing to the internet how stupid and irresponsible I was is what's going to get me out of that hole, then that's what I'm going to do. Here, I'm a stay-at-home mother, $2,000 in credit card debt because I didn't like to ask my husband for money, and now I'm documenting my journey to try to pay it off. People get tired on the internet that I keep saying that I don't like to ask my husband for money, but this is the reason why. The goal is to make at least $500 strictly from TikTok views for the month of June so that we can make a big payment on this credit card. And as I said, I am trying to do side hustles, but I'm trying to find a way to make it all work. This is my mentality, and you don't have to agree with it, but my husband works hard for his money, and even though he works for me and my kids as well, I like to have my own money that I know that I worked hard for myself. I had a credit card easily available, and I just swiped it and decided that I was going to deal with it later, and here we are now with $2,000 in debt.
So this seems to be the ultimate 2026 side hustle. If you buy things you shouldn't, just run to the internet and beg for money. And her excuse is so lame. Yeah, I'm in credit card debt because I don't like asking my husband for money. So instead, I'm going to ask strangers for money. Let's tell the whole world I'm in debt so I can e-beg. With the debt we've seen so far on this video, this isn't even that hard for her to pay off. She could knock out all this debt from 1 or 2 paychecks at a job.
I have $52 left at the bank to last until Friday. Today is Monday. I have $135 coming out between now and then in credit card debt. A little bit stressed, but this is usually how it is for me most weeks. So if you do the math, we're going to be negative a little over $80, and I also have 33 miles left till empty. I can get away with putting about $15 in my car. Let's just say we're going to be negative about $100. Lucky for me though, I did do a pet sitting job over the weekend. It was a small one. Get paid for that today. She owes me $50. A lot of my clients do tip, so we'll see what comes of that. At least I won't be negative $100. Do you know that I need at least roughly $50 now to get me through the week? I would love to start Instacarting, but I've been trying to sign up for 2 years, and it always says I'm on the wait list.
So this woman has about $50 in the bank currently. She has a $135 payment coming out later this week. She also only has 33 miles in her gas tank until her tank runs out. I mean, all I can really do is shake my head at people who get into situations like this. At the very least, her pet sitting job will bring in some money, but it seems like she needs to improve her work situation. As Dave Ramsey would say, the only time she should be looking at the inside of a restaurant is if she's working there. Let's take a look at someone with an insane monthly minimum payment.
Because of how much credit card debt I'm in, I pay $1,745.38 in minimum payments per month. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's not. There's not much to talk about. You need to get a second job and pay off that high credit card balance.
So I have a little bit of credit card debt, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I moved to Nashville, Tennessee with not really that much money, and then I decided to fully furnish my bedroom. But I will say something I've learned over the past couple of months is that a lot of my friends also do too. And it's very comforting in a way. Like, not that I'm proud of my friends for having credit card debt, but I'm just like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one.
And this is exactly part of the problem. It's that peer pressure and social acceptance of debt. She's thinking, oh, everyone has credit card debt. So it's okay I have it too. As we've seen from the clips on this video, this is how it always starts. First, you get a credit card and you don't use it much. Over time, you start buying things you don't need to make your life more fun. You keep doing that until you spiral out of control. Control your debt now before you end up e-begging on TikTok. There should be more shame around this. There really should be. Debt should be a shameful thing because it makes your life worse. It makes you pay money to people you've never met for work they haven't done.
Discover, count your Mondays. Count your Mondays. All sue me for a credit card that you gave me 10 years ago and you gave me a $10,000 credit limit at 21 years old. Okay? So you sued me. I get it. I didn't pay it back. That was my fault. I fell on hard times, okay? I had a lot of shit I went through, okay? So I didn't pay him. Y'all sued me. I tried to work with the lawyer and say, hey, I can only afford $50 a month, okay? I can only afford $50 a month. Like, literally, I work 3 jobs. I do DoorDash. I don't know. What else do you want from me? They said, no.
So now we're seeing the inevitable consequences of when people rack up too much debt. People think if they just rack up all this debt, someone will come save them. A lot of times that doesn't happen. And then you end up getting calls from debt collectors. Once you ignore those calls or don't work with them on settling, you're going to get sued. It doesn't matter how big or small the debt is. I've seen videos where people get sued over a couple $100. Our system is set up so that if someone really wants to get money from you, they can get it. It just takes one debt collector who really wants to follow through and you're going to get a court summons. If you do get sued, talk with an attorney to see what your options are. You might have things you can try that work in your favor. Also, I do not recommend you use a debt consolidation company. You have just as much power as them to settle your debt. Let's see a clip from someone who gets a phone call from a debt collector.
And you're never gonna get it. And you're never gonna get it.
Good luck to that guy. It's not like lawyers specialize in this or anything.
If you want to hear something really totally embarrassing for me, I was supposed to have a court date today. Yeah, I ignored a debt collector and they sent it to a law firm to sue me. And yeah, I got sued by a debt collector. And I thought the chances of that happening were like slim to none. Like, it was only $1,000. Do they really want to like have to go after me for $1,000? Like, what is that? No, they did.
See, these companies don't play. People think that because the amount is small, they won't come after you. They'll just bundle your case with a bunch of other small ones and take them to court all at the same time. This is why it's important to take your debt seriously. It's not free money. Not paying can really make your life more difficult.
Come with me to get sued by a creditor. Okay, so my court date, my court time is at 9:30. I'm here at 8:30, just in case they want to get slick.
Let's see what a lawyer has to say about you running away to another country when you don't pay your debts.
You don't go to jail for not paying your bills, but while you're gone in Thailand, there's probably 1 million judgments filed against you from all the credit card debt you left. And when you return, those judgments are still there for 20 years, sometimes even longer. When you start working, banks are going to garnish your wages. You buy property, they're going to put liens on it. Perhaps even have your assets seized. Your credit score will be wrecked. You won't be able to get credit cards, get mortgages, get a loan. May not even be able to get a job if they check your credit. Will the banks chase you to Thailand? Probably not. But the moment you come back, they'll be waiting. So if you plan on leaving a lot of credit card debt and moving to Thailand, stay there.
So essentially, if you are going to leave the country, you need to commit to the bit and never return. That's a lot harder than you think. If you're an American who moves to another country, you're usually known as an expat. It's a lot harder to be an expat than you think. You're going to miss home. You'll miss your friends and family. You'll most likely have a language barrier you're dealing with too. Well, that's everything I got for you today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. YouTube wants you to click on this video that just popped up on the screen. If you liked the video, it would mean a lot to me if you could hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if nothing else, I will see you in the next one.